Hello.
Back again.
Ladies and gentlemen, roosters and hens and everything else in between, the road to beta is almost over. 3 days, 2 days for the Aussies. Cock Talk is back. And per usual, I am MBF Express at Tyler. We have our super artsy, just has to make us a little bit later because he has something fun to do. Josh, Grateful Coops. We have at Waddle Waddle Racing, Blake, and for a second week in a row, we are graced by the no longer silent partner at Pecking Order Racing, Dave. Gentlemen, how are we doing tonight?
Doing all right. How are
Doing
you?
fantastic.
Yeah, doing
as
good.
always. Even better now that we're going to get to see some birds this week.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of birds.
Oh, yeah.
Lots of racing birds. We already saw some racing birds. I'm sure we're going to get into that in a minute.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm excited. I'm excited about some things we have to announce tonight. We have a giveaway bird we'll be getting into tonight as well. Stay tuned. We'll give you details on that shortly.
Yes, tell your friends to get on quick.
Yep, might be something in there about joining the Coop Collective Discord. So we'll be putting out something in that regard. So just keep your eyes pierced for that one. And Josh, did your little artsy project turn out? Are we gonna have a payoff for us being late tonight?
Huh? No, I'm busy. Keep going.
I'm busy. Keep going.
He's on another project.
He's done another project.
Yeah, he's still building it.
I'll get the actual live stream dropped into the actual chat here. Love the new music effects. I do too. I think it's going to stick around for a while.
Here,
All right.
I heard a little rumor that we might have some other music as well to share soon.
There's the link to the Discord. That's what I was working on. Sorry.
Some other music. We'll have to see what happens there.
Yeah. Some deep cuts.
some big cuts. They'll be taking some big cuts, that's for sure. But something is coming. That's all we can say. All right, Josh. Are we ready to get rolling here into the Butterman?
Yes, hang on. Sorry, I'm still trying to fix something.
Still doing Jesus. we could have waited a couple more minutes, Josh.
I know.
Throw the chart up and we'll talk about it without Josh.
This is what's
Yeah.
going on.
Yeah, let's just start getting into the conversations that he was yelling at us about not to talk about because we weren't live on air yet, because we were ready a half an hour ago.
Yeah, we're always ready half an hour early.
Oh, wow.
There.
Oh, a chart.
Yeah. All right. So we've got
Bring it
a
on over.
new and improved CJ Butterman
I like it.
floor chart detailing
it.
all of the perfections specific for each heritage. And this has some green on it. You love to see that. Hundreds and 99s, I don't get it. But that's the price you pay
Yeah.
for a 100, I guess.
Without getting too deep into that one, yeah, it is pretty interesting to see that disparity. People want them, and I get it. It's important to have them, but that one little point is sure paying a premium right now for those hundreds.
I mean,
Yeah.
how much do you think that 1% makes a difference?
I personally don't think enough to justify the gap in price. I
You
mean,
mean
I
like-
think the 99s should be going up, though. I mean, I don't know if I'd necessarily look at it as the hundreds being high as much as it is the 99s are really low.
Well, here's the first thing. You got to realize that there are, I don't even know how many total 100s there are. There aren't that many.
Well, right there. Well, I mean, it kind of gives you an idea right there on the right hand side. Supply. But those are the Dorking. So you've got
Yeah,
you know
245 total hundreds. Yep.
about 400 between the Dorkings and Lackenfelders right there.
So yeah,
But-
it's all about this number right here, listed for sale, 36.
Yeah, and as we've been saying,
But really, only 41 99s. It's just the market right now. What were 99s were going for? What? Like, I mean, 98s were. What did
There's-
when Watkins won that bird? What was that? A 98 or 99?
I don't remember.
99 fan group, which I missed out by minutes today.
I'm pretty
What did
sure
it-
it was right around 0.9 floor. I think when I checked, as soon as we saw what bird it was. So, you know, no one's no one's paying that right now because, and crypto was boomed. So, anyways.
Jacob Armour said, "Is Josh just high? Open your eyes. All the info is right in front of you." Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Just yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes to all.
What are you trying to say? You trying to say I don't look at things?
But Fledge
Probably
let us
right.
know 554 total 100s. There's going to be a nostalgia for the 100. There's going to be a breeding element to the 100 that is always probably going to hold that that premium, whether or not it's if it turns out that the 100 simply just do not have the kind of success rate that you're hoping for based on 97s, 98s, then I'm sure you'll see a shift. But that's another thing that we're going to be getting into, especially once we get racing and so we start getting data, is that the data we're going to be compiling, especially through beta, is going to be incomplete. And then the information and data we're going to be compiling through the first couple of months of this is going to be scattered, and you're going to be trusting people running their birds on the right terrains and all kinds of stuff. So it's going to be a long time before we figure out if that premium is really worth it. And, for some people, they might still stick with their convictions regardless.
Sambo says, I think people are scared of having a 99, but having to race in the top class versus 100s. But honestly, though, again, that percentile is probably so minuscule when in the grand
they're going to be
scheme
pretty
of all
close to
things,
each other.
From 1 to 100. 99 to 100.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys are going to be neck and neck in any race, I have a feeling.
I think the gaps from 97 to 100 is going to be about what 99 to 100 is right now, according to the chart, if that makes sense. That's the way it should be. But
yeah, that is where I'm still like, if we have new people coming into Coop Collective chat or anybody that's still like, hey, what should I be telling my friends to be targeting? Those perfections, 96, 97, they're huge bargains in comparison to where we're seeing even the 100 touch. So, that'll all flesh out eventually, but yeah, it's still there and still really interesting to see this market still trying to find its place.
A 5.5 ETH difference between the 100 Sarama and the 99 Sarama, and there's only 8 less 100s.
But there's an illustration of a floor.
Yeah,
that
floor
isn't a floor because those aren't selling.
Right.
Nobody's buying
I know.
8.75 ETH birds right now.
Yeah,
when our volume for the day is like 4 ETH.
Yeah, exactly.
And that was a good day.
P. Watkins putting his mod skills at good work, man. While you're here, make sure you like and subscribe. We know why you're here. There's a chicken that we're giving away tonight.
And we don't know what it is. It's a dev chicken, and the last developer
been pretty
chicken, not promising anything, but the last developer chicken we gave away was the aforementioned P. Watkins Wally's 99 fan group. So we don't know that. I have snooped at the wallet in which the developers hold these birds, and there are some precious chooks in there. So just know, you never know what's going to come your way. So make sure you get in here, make sure you follow the rules, and we're happy to have you along.
Yeah, Fledge, that 90 dork that sold for 4 at, there's a couple others that are listed for that same price, and I'm not quite sure what's going on there, but
there was a trend on Top Shot when things were failing to whenever a reward came out to list it at $69,420 and just have everyone do it. And there's always people just like doing it just to be like, we refuse to let these undercutters screw the market. And there's some people that were just like, maybe one day someone will just buy mine. Who knows? One guy was like, maybe Kevin Durant will buy mine because it was his moment. And someone spent 4.7 on a base dorking. So I'm not saying money laundering, but I'm also not saying I don't know what else to consider on that one.
It's almost the end of the tax year. They needed to write something off.
Yeah. What a better way than with chickens.
So
they could have bought a Sarama.
I want one.
Yeah, but they needed a $16,000 loss.
Yeah. That I don't get, but whatever.
So
I want to get to a place where I need a $16,000 loss.
As always,
maybe next year.
Thank you, CJ Butterman, for the floor chart. And as always, not financial advice.
I don't think we said to buy anything.
No.
But buy them all.
Talking about a the market.
But
Wasn't even really advice.
No.
I'm
Let
just
alone
saying,
financial advice.
don't buy just anyone, but buy them all.
Right.
Yeah.
Spiver coming in saying Josh's Stoner shirt impresses again, and Blake made the observation beforehand that Josh was becoming one with his background.
I don't quite blend in. Oh, there it is.
Oh, yes. You're literally blending in.
I know Dave loves tie-dye.
I feel like I asked Dave.
No.
I asked Dad before the show if his brain explodes every time he looks at the backdrop of the all video screen because it's all sorts of different colors, and I don't know.
They're also
I
clean,
differentiate.
and then there's you.
He's the anti-tie-dye.
He goes, no.
Yes, Jacob Armour. Blake does have a white beak because Harvey ruined our bet. So
I do.
Yeah,
I
Harvey
can't name
ruined
him.
bit.
I can't name him.
Fucking
Yeah.
guy.
Yeah, there
Right
is
now.
a little bit of a glitch right now with naming, and they said they're going to take care of that.
Yeah. Once the
After beta, obviously they poured all their resources into getting this thing out just like we wanted. So, that'll come back, and it's probably good that you had a little pause on naming your birds. I'm just gonna
Sleep
put
on
that
some
out
of
there.
those names.
yeah.
That's-
Hopefully they
But
go
now
into it.
that's
and delete
financial
some
advice.
names. Yeah.
All
Good
right.
point.
So we got a giveaway bird.
Oh,
Dave, you want to fire up the old giveaway machine and
tell people how they're gonna do it.
Yep. This is pretty straightforward. What we're doing on this one is you're going to have to join the Coop Collective Discord. We are going to make sure that link is readily available. I am going to post it on Twitter right now as a tweet. You'll see it in the chat right here. We've already dropped it into the live chat. Join yourself into the Discord. We're going to let this run for the majority of this show, and
So
you'll just
30 minutes?
Yeah, that sounds about
Yeah,
right.
so once we finish the dev blog, how long do you think that'll take us? I mean, we're
That'll get us
12
pretty
minutes
close to it.
in. We usually wrap up about 45 with a dev blog.
We'll give a 5-minute call. How about that?
We'll set a 30-minute timer on it.
We'll give 5-minute call.
Give it 33. That puts it right at 45.
Hit enter already. Too bad.
No.
Too
Give
late.
it 32.
Damn it,
Josh is
Dave.
like, of course, Josh had to make one more edit before it goes live. But yes,
It's all about timing, dude.
I am retweeting. What I'm going to do is make this really simple. I'm going to go ahead and go to our pinned tweet, which is the introduction to the Coop Collective Discord. And I'm going to quote tweet and retweet that again with the link in there one more time. So you guys can join if you need to. Once again, we are at Cock Talk Derby on Twitter. If you haven't followed us there yet, we'd
Chicken
appreciate
Derby
that as well.
Cock Talk.
Yeah, no, it says Chicken
At
Derby Cock
Cock
Talk's the
Talk
name.
Derby.
At Cock Talk Derby. Yep.
So giveaway ends at the top of the hour. So 11
Just about.
Eastern.
And just
So-
find your way into the Discord, go to our giveaway channel, and all you have to do is find the most recent post and hit the emote. And you will be locked in. And once the timer runs out, the bot will automatically spit it out. No more frantic typing for Tyler. Happy birthday to me.
Type happy birthday in the chat.
Type happy birthday in chat.
Just for good karma.
Looking at you, YT.
So yeah. Since y'all are here, we're gonna pause quick 30 seconds for that, weekly show we do.
Hey. Yeah, you. I'm talking to you. Do you see that smooth caramel being made right there? I usually don't do this, but this project I found is going to the moon. If you're not bullish on Shotwell Candy Company, baby, you're not gonna make it. Shotwell Candy Company. Eat caramel, be awesome. Cock Talk 20. Do it.
Promo code CockTalk20. Go get yourself some caramels.
I have 2 more left and then a whole bunch in my cabinet. But I have 2 in front of me. Eating them tonight.
I need to get some more. So yeah, as everyone's aware, private beta launching on Wednesday. Can't wait. And in preparation for that, we have got a Twitch channel that we will be streaming races on eventually, or on Wednesday. We're hoping Wednesday.
Yeah.
Definitely
Work in progress.
Wednesday. Yeah.
Some
But
of us
the,
on Wednesday, for sure.
The Twitch handle is Coop Collective Racing. So yeah, make sure you go and subscribe to that. There's nothing really on there yet, but you'll see the old Coop Collective logo, and you'll know it's us.
Yeah, Coop Collective Racing.
Yep.
Somebody thought they were slick. We
All
know.
one word.
We know.
Well, and Twitch won't let us say the word cock on the.
Yeah.
And watch your
name,
mouth.
so.
Jeez, it's a kid show.
Not even with a zero.
Yeah,
Wouldn't let me do it with a zero either.
They're like, oh, we got you.
It's smart.
They got good filters over on Twitch.
By the way, I am never going to get tired of if there's like new people finding our show, just like genuinely wishing me happy birthday every time the joke comes up. I'm never going to get tired of it. Whether or not that's happening in the chat right now, I appreciate it one way or another. I'm leaning into it. Start sending me gifts.
At least something makes you feel good every Sunday. You get something to look forward to every week.
I do. No gifts for Josh, though. Don't send him gifts. Ungrateful Coops.
I hate you.
Do not hate me. Now move on. Go ahead.
Devlog.
So, straight to business. Here's some of the tasks that the devs completed this week. Wait, I'm way behind.
Well, 3D chickens.
3D chickens, that's exactly what we're getting to. Jacob Armour said clock, as in clock talk, and that's what I told my 5-year-old son is the name of this show. Clock talk.
So after I came on this last week, my wife decided to try to find the podcast. Apparently, I'd never told her the name of the show before this week.
It's just slipped my mind.
Ew, David.
Yeah.
How did that land?
She left, so we're okay.
All right,
Oh,
there
that's
we
good.
go.
I'm back again this week.
Another
right? So-
approval. All right.
My wife just rolled her eyes and was like, "Yeah, whatever, you do you."
I mean,
We haven't found the 3D.
it is just an animal, guys.
Right.
Just an animal. If
Just
it was
an animal.
if it was donkey racing, what would we be?
Jackass talk.
Yeah, something. Ass talk.
Ass
Ass
chat.
talk. Ass chat. Okay.
Ass chat.
So yeah, private beta launching on
Had
Wednesday
another
the
one.
24th.
Doing it.
Don't steal that idea, anybody either.
It's already been stolen.
That's our channel.
Dibs. They wanted to let us know that they are still on track. And the big thing is again, a lot of people have been asking about how to get into private beta. We opened the entry to the private beta in early August, and the entry is now closed. Oh, I got something for that. Sorry.
Got a sad trombone though.
Yeah.
After the launch, we will add more users over time. But
Wait,
not at
Josh, you're not
least a
gonna
couple weeks.
berate any of the people who wanted to get into beta this time?
No. And,
Well,
I'd
but
actually
listen.
Oh, go ahead.
In
I'll
all
let you go
seriousness, that is good news for those guys. That's what they were asking for. There's a chance for them to get into beta, it sounds like, over time.
In a
A
couple
little bit
weeks,
down
yeah.
the road. Yeah.
Yeah. Over time.
Hopefully, once it's stable enough that they can run enough races for more than 1,000 people.
Yeah, as they need to fill races, right? They can just add a few more people. You know.
So yeah, as I'd like to first off just apologize. Last week I came out and was a little aggressive on the voice that I hear in my head when I read the chat.
Little
sometimes.
aggressive.
And yeah, I just
forgive
like to
you.
apologize for that.
Really aggressive. I hope Corwin will forgive you for being so rude to him, but
I know.
I guess we'll see. Hopefully, you have a change of tune now, and you won't be doing that again.
Yeah, I know. I got to change that too.
I'm on Team Corwin.
It really should have sounded like, oh, I really wanted to be in the beta.
But that's not better. It's not
No.
better at
That's
all.
still mocking him.
I don't even know what that was.
That was worse. That was like Cartman trying to, relieve himself. Like, what were you doing?
Yeah, that's a good. Yeah.
Well, now we know how you feel about Corwin.
I'm sorry, bro.
So, what did the devs do this week?
Fine, you don't mean it. Moving on. Dave,
Yes, I
there's
do.
Dave,
That was sincere. I'm sorry.
Before Josh has to apologize for his apology.
I'm sorry. I'm gonna have to come out with a live video
next
later this
week. He's gonna be like, guys.
I apologize. I crossed a line.
All right.
Anyways.
Moving on.
Task completed this week. Chickens are now running in their assigned lanes. Well, that's good. They should probably run in the lane they were put in. API that updates a chicken's data after a race to track its winnings, number of races, first, seconds, and thirds. So that's good. Race on the results page now ordered with the most recent races at the top. That'll be there it is. So we'll be able to go and find any race that we'll want to watch, and there it is. Fixed a bug that showed the incorrect chickens in the race on the results page. Yeah, that's not going to be any fun. Implemented new terrain assets. So updating the backgrounds, I assume.
Yeah, throwing in some random rocks.
Adding some more visuals, that kind of stuff. Winner screen UI implemented. Well, that'll be fun. Race UI I keep saying that'll be fun. That'll be fun.
That'll be swell.
This'll be swell.
Only if you win, though.
Only if you win.
This game sucks.
If you ain't first, you're last. Fixed a bug which made the website unusable if the user didn't have a MetaMask installed. Yeah, that would make it pretty tough, I'd imagine. We also have a race video for you. Oh, finally. Finally, what we've been waiting for. Race video. 8 actual chickens running in 120 on a road terrain. Here are the stats. In lane 8, it'll be a chicken 26694. These are actual people's chickens, or are these are in wallets somewhere? No?
I think they're in developer wallets.
Dev wallets?
Yeah.
Yeah, so they've been using dev chickens for testing.
So they're in wallets somewhere, in a dev wallet.
Might be
They're real, though.
Might be
They
one of the
are
birds
real.
that. Might be one of the birds they're going to give away tonight.
They could.
Oh. To get the first
Hey.
winner, the inaugural winner, that could be something.
I don't know about that. I'm
Let's
thinking
not
more like
spoil the winner.
I'm
Until you
thinking
get
more
the
like
first loser instead.
yeah.
Dave is committed to his Dorkings and Lakenfelders. Although there's 2 on the podium, so
Listen,
who am I?
Why you
Yeah,
bought
2
spoils?
What? Everyone
This-
watched this already.
this video did not
Dorking,
inspire my.
92%.
Everybody was
Lane
going
7
to guess
is a
right now.
98 Sultan, lane 6 a 95 Sultan, and lane 5 a 93 Lack, lane 4 90 Lack, lane 3 a 93 Sarama, lane 2 97 Dork, and a lane 1 95 Dork. So this is the video everybody's been waiting for, or has seen probably already. I'm gonna cut to this quick while I get this set up.
I'm putting my money on the 98 Sultan.
And that's what you got.
Yep.
I'm pretty invested in 97 dorks. So,
So it's a good thing you can't see the races before we call them on Wednesday.
Yeah. Yes.
Jeez.
All
I'm
right.
gonna.
Don't ever ask Tyler about a show that comes out.
yeah,
Oh,
no
I got it.
spoilers.
I can give you all the details on all the shows you want.
Where's the announcer voice, Josh? We might do that a little bit. I see
man.
46 people in the chat. If you're just showing up, make sure you join the Discord and jump into the giveaway page and click on the celebration emoji under the latest posted giveaway for a chicken.
We're up to
And like
52
and
entries.
subscribe the show, of course.
Yeah, and it looks like we already have about 20 new members that have popped in. So
Let's
keep it rolling.
We've passed the 200 threshold.
217.
Oh,
Nice.
dang. Little
Nice.
Sunday bump.
All right, here is the video. I see that 98 Sultan and a 94 Dork.
You have 2 chickens.
You do have 2 chickens.
This all looks really smooth. I really like the way that the
Yeah.
Everything looks just clean. I like everything's been kind of just sharpened up a little bit and made to look a little bit better. No more Times New Roman, which I know is the bane of David's existence. So
It shouldn't even exist anymore on systems.
It should be called Old Roman.
yeah, your time's up, old Roman. There you go.
It's no longer new.
All right.
But yeah,
for
everything
people
is
just joining,
oh,
people
go
just joining in the chat, I did just see Soundscapes ask, "Where's the giveaway link?" You have to come to the Coop
Collective
Discord
Discord.
and
Oh.
go to the giveaway.
Chickens
channel.
are off.
and we're off.
Ooh.
And yeah, as you can see, what kind of caught my eye right away is the 3 fastest chickens just blow everybody away by 20 meters in. And that's,
we did-
they
we
talked
did
about
mention-
that in the chat.
yeah.
Yeah. So as the favorite child of the Discord, I was able to get Apex to reply on that pretty quickly. Like he sees the same problem that we did with the 80% of the race. You can't see 5 of the birds.
Here's another thing I noticed is like this Sultan that's out in the lead right now. Notice how his eyes change as he's running. When he slows down, he's tired, obviously. But them little plucks of bursts, like speed bursts, essentially. Yeah, we're hitting 80 meters. That Lackenvelder's coming in hot.
It's getting warmed up.
Getting there.
Saramas are tanking.
Sarama.
I hope that Lackenvelder didn't go too soon though.
Oh.
Wouldn't want to run out of gas
Lackenvelder's
just
got
before
quite
the finish
lead.
line.
He's getting out in front, 110 meters. There's only 10 meters to go. The Sultan slowing down. Sarama catching up. Oh, here comes what is that? Screaming Green?
Yep.
Screaming
Here comes
Green coming in
everybody.
hot.
Here
Tony-
come the
Tony-
dorks.
Sultan. Oh, the Lackenvelder chokes.
Oh.
Oh man, I would be so mad. I'd be
I mean,
so
he still
mad.
finished in third, but yeah,
But
the
still,
Manic Mint, which is supposed to be a bit
the
manic.
most
Look how
unpredictable
close.
bird, right?
Look how close that 3rd and 4th finish was. 0.4 of a second.
Ooh, that is something that's gonna drive some people crazy. That's a
One look
really
at 5th.
Yeah, right there.
Almost
Those
8.
3. See, I hope if they're listening that we get a good photo finish or a good end scene where we can really see these close finishes like that. Because
yeah.
I mean,
I think
that's the
they
difference
said that
between a podium.
they want to add the finish line in there.
Yeah.
And obviously, this is just
Beginning.
like, I'm sure that there's parts of them that are just like, all right, this was good. We're happy to show it to everybody, but they know it's going to be better.
Oh yeah.
It's only going to ever look better from this point on. But for that being the product that is going to essentially take us into the first day of beta, I'm pretty pleased with that.
Oh yeah, for sure. If you go and remember back to the very first racing video that we saw to this, oh dude,
Oh, yeah.
it's complete night and day difference. I can't
Sambo
wait to
said,
see.
what
the
about
next.
the pause in the right before the end? I'm trying to see what he's talking about. What about the pause before the end?
Well, he's either referring to the pause of the Lakenvelder that seemed to stall out, or if there's maybe a pause or like a like a slow shot to actually show the finish. So it's like the actual end is like slow motion or something.
Yeah, that's what we're kind of saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
Or what that tells you is that Lack's only good at 100-meter races. Maybe.
And
He
at
did die
Soundscape,
after 110.
at Soundscapes asking, have they revealed how the algorithm and race logic will work? And it's something we'll have to go over a lot, especially as we have new people coming in. They have not told us basically anything. We
Right.
know a few things will matter based on the info we have with the
Don't change that
Heritage
screen.
Oh.
yeah.
I knew it. We were gonna bring up 2 things about this. Remember we talked about it off air. He wasn't there, and he said, "Save these 2 things." Ready?
Right.
Okay.
Go ahead.
Josh. Couple
Wait,
questions.
we got to get out the good tinfoil.
Yeah. Oh, bring out
Oh, is
the
it
guy.
tinfoil time?
It's
We're,
been-
we're
then I gotta
about to
wait.
get a little
Wait.
tinfoil.
It's gonna be a little tinfoily for them for sure. Here he comes.
I'm gonna have to
But
maybe
the-
some actual tinfoil next week.
Can we get tinfoil sprinkles that come down from the top of the screen? That would be cool. Ooh. Okay. So my question, that I asked them, do you think if this race was ran again, same first race for all these birds, that we would get this exact same 1, 2, 3 finish?
No.
Okay.
All
Or
right.
in other words, are these races is the order pre-selected and then we just see the video of how that ends out?
All right, Dave, do you want to go first? Or you want me to go first?
Oh, he's asking me, I thought.
Oh,
Well,
no,
I asked Josh.
you're just there. That's fine.
You'll be. We'll bring you in on this one eventually.
No, it's my turn.
So, okay,
No.
He asked me,
Here.
damn it.
here. So, Josh, since you said no right away to the first question, go into that a bit.
Okay, so
Why do you think it's going to be different?
I imagine that once 8 chickens enter a race, that it will take each bird's essentially its code for the bird and throw it into an algorithm for the terrain and the distance that all 8 birds are going on, and then it will simulate a race.
That's what I'm saying. So if this race, these
But
birds
it
were run
happens
again,
like that. It's like, you know what I mean? If you ever
So you think it kinda
simulated
gets
a Madden
blended-
game, it's like within seconds, it's just code,
yeah,
random code.
okay. So it's
I
more
would
random.
imagine.
Okay.
And so
It's
The one
like
thing-
if you think anybody that's done any type of code, there's like it's an if, right? So like if is this, then you do this, or if is or you're typing out with this, and then if the outcome is this, or like in like spreadsheets and stuff like that.
And just to play devil's
Formulas.
advocate a little bit, but if we ran this again, wouldn't all those algorithm and codes match up to this exact same race from the get-go?
And here's where I can jump in, and this is where I feel like this is what makes most sense to me. As this race is being ran, I believe that each bird has its own algorithm based on the setup and the terrain and everything that's been thrown into the computation. And I believe it's happening almost as a simple way to say it would almost be like individual dice rolls per each
A
turn.
percent-based
Right, thank
algorithm,
you.
like
I was-
these birds might, like that number one might win 60% of the races ran at this distance under these exact circumstances.
Yeah, but I think the reason it can change from time to time is that, like, I believe that as soon as you start off the gates, each bird goes through its first round of computations where they have a breakdown on whether or not they will have a higher tendency to roll what would be like a 10 or like the optimum first boost or a minimum one, because that's where we see at the end the 17,780 just kind of dies at the end. And it's like, what happened there?
Mhm.
Well, it probably had a few just unfavorable algorithm computations hit at the end, and you see it slow down. You see other ones catch up. So I believe that the outcome might be similar, but the actual way we see the race will be different each time. And then obviously, once you start throwing in the ideas of the acts of God and the talents, that's where the real random part can come in. But yeah, so I think law of averages, we'd probably eventually see that race end with a similar breakdown over time. But I think the race itself would be almost completely different.
Like almost tiered. Like James Plain in the chat said, each bird has a different range of outcomes. So, like you said, Tyler, a dice roll. So if it hits 6 and then it says, okay, or 5 or something, or just imagine a dice, I guess. But
yeah, easy way to do it.
It's like, okay, it's set up in ranges of like poor performance to great performance, and it hits good performance, and then it just breaks off into random tiers, or you know what I mean? Like,
so Dave, did we all agree?
It's no different than like the talents, right? So the talents, I would assume, are all going to be random and at will.
Okay, so it looks like Dave may have a different
Dave's
take
rebuttal
on this one.
Yeah. So rather than live computation, the other scenario would be that so we know consistency is under every bird's hood. It's a stat we don't see, but that sets their performance band. So, in any race, they can perform at their peak or at their minimum. A consistent bird is going to do the same thing more often than not. An inconsistent bird, and, maybe from some of the tips we've seen, maybe manic mint isn't more likely to be inconsistent. Or birds with crazy eyes are more likely to be inconsistent. Super highs, super lows. So every time you run this race, each bird's going to sit somewhere different in their performance range because of their consistency. Only the most consistent bird is going to sit at the same spot every time you run it. And then the other side is, are they running computations during the race? Or is the video that we're watching just an expression of what was already computed? So the algorithm spits out that chicken 2350 is going to win. We just make a video that shows that journey and it doesn't actually mean anything. So if that's the case, when you watch chicken 17780 there die at the end, it doesn't mean that chicken should only run 100-meter races.
Right.
It just means that was how it was expressed.
He was always designed to finish third in this particular race, is based on that scenario.
Now,
yeah, and whether he did it by coming back in the video or by fading in the video is actually irrelevant. All that matters is he finishes third.
Right.
Now, Dave, I know that you're not exactly a coding like aficionado, but you probably know the most of any of us here. Is doing it in a live way, the way that I was saying, a nightmare in terms of trying to code it, and your way simpler? Or like, how would you think those things match up to each other as far as probability of what they could be?
I think both are inherently possible. So if you think playing like a sports video game, like say you're playing Madden, it really does roll the dice. Like every time you throw a pass, okay, it's going to determine whether it's going to be accurate and on the right distance. And then when it comes to the point of the catch, is he going to catch it based on his stats, based on the cornerback's stats and everything? It's doing the live math on that. Like that's very possible. It would just take a little bit more processing power.
Sure.
So when you're playing, high-end video games on brand new consoles, there's a lot of computer power just being dedicated to your one instance.
So is it possible that maybe in early beta, we see it the second way, and as talents and stuff gets deployed, it starts becoming more of that live algorithm?
5 minutes.
Is that?
I think however they built it will be how it stays, because you wouldn't want to rebuild any of that.
Well, I didn't know if maybe some of that live aspect is built into the talents, because right now, all the 8 birds are pretty much already pre-programmed against, these are the competitors, this is the terrain, and this is the distance, right? There's really not any other live component in there thrown into those races until you start throwing in talents.
Yeah, and the talent could function either way. It could function in a beforehand math that,
True.
Okay, the talent is a yes or no kind of formula. Does it go off? Does it not go off? And then that determines your finishing order. But I think either is possible. But just when you watch a race and how it plays out, not knowing how they're doing it, just would say, throw some caution on determining, oh, my bird finished slow, I need to put him in a shorter race. Until you see him run well in that shorter race, you don't know that he's going to be good in that shorter race.
So to that point, is what you're saying is that Blankenvelder may not necessarily be good at 100 meters if we're just taking in context from that particular race.
Yeah, he may be good at 120, and that's why he got third as a mid-perfection Blankenvelder.
So you really should base it much less off of what you're seeing, at least in the early going, and much more on what the data says at the end. I mean, I think that's a safer way in general to stick with it. If you really start grinding and start seeing some things, be careful with confirmation bias and just being like, oh, yep, I saw that. It happened again. It must be that way. But if it happens a lot and you see it over and over again, then maybe there is something you find. And, to go back to what Soundscape was asking in the chat, we don't know, and they don't want us to know. They want us to have to figure this out. That is the real gamesmanship of this whole platform, is to figure out how they're doing this. And we wanted to at least give you a couple different ideas of how it could be. Like that's how I feel. Like when Dave said Madden, that's where my mind went.
Sure.
It went to these individual dice rolls, but the idea that it could be set out and then we're just seeing expression of it, still very much a possibility. So, and if there's other possibilities, I saw someone talking about it could be like how a BFS simulator works. And I know that in that case, it's ran multiple times and it's averaged out. I believe that's how that works. So there's a lot of different options they could have here. So just keep your mind open and rely on the data more than anything, much more so than what your eye sees during a race.
Tyler, didn't you know that the segment ends when the music plays? We got like 2 minutes left
I don't
on
hear
that
music.
giveaway.
Oh, where's the music?
2 minutes left on that giveaway. You didn't hear this?
No, I do
No,
now.
I did not. I did not.
There it
no.
is.
I heard it.
Oh, I
I
played
heard
it.
that time.
I played it twice, I think.
He was playing me off.
Dave,
You can't
how much
play us
time
off the
left on
stage.
that giveaway?
You get a blinking light. You're gonna give a hook if you want to play.
We
me
got
off
about
this
3
damn
minutes.
stage.
3 minutes. All right, so we'll continue to go over a little bit more of this dev blog. Dave, keep me posted on when we're at 1 minute, and we'll switch over to the giveaway to watch it live.
So one more time, one last little run. If you have not joined the Coop Collective Discord, get in there as soon as you can. If you are in there, go to the giveaways channel, take a look at the giveaway bot for the spicy dev chicken, and hit that emote so you can get yourself in there, and we can get this chicken given away.
It's in the giveaway channel. Also, while you're here, like and subscribe the channel. Yeah, solicit that stuff.
And for those that are just on, we mentioned earlier in the show that when we do have live racing, it's going to be on Twitch under Coop Collective Racing. I'm just going to throw that out there real
Right
quick.
there on the bottom, on next to the Twitter at Cock Talk Derby and coopcollective.io.
And I have challenged Josh. I do not know if he can keep up his voice for that full however many races we're going to do. So he's going to give it a go.
Oh.
Your voice for the racing.
Oh, I don't know. We'll see. Those races are going to be long if they're that slow. I don't know if I could keep that up for that long, especially if intense, but we'll see. Maybe when talents start getting deployed, we'll see what happens. Dave,
All right, last minute.
CJ Butterman put a butter emoji in there next
Yes.
to the giveaway button.
I love
You
it.
cannot win with butter.
I'm going to hit the butter.
Butter.
Oh, as Josh just shows the corporate office. Nobody look.
Whoa. Get it out of there. Now they know it exists. All right, so we should be coming down to just a couple seconds now, and we'll
In
see
0
who gets
minutes.
72
few
people
seconds.
entered. Love to see it.
72 people. That looks good.
You have better than a 1% chance of winning.
Yeah, we haven't seen
Great
that many
odds.
since the Cuppy episode.
Oh,
Ooh,
somebody
went from
took my name
71 to
off.
72 real quick. Someone was playing games.
They wanted to make sure they were in.
Yeah, make
That was-
sure if you're just stopping by, click on
was a
that
dangerous
celebration emote.
His reactions are getting
Oh, yeah.
Up weed reaction. Oh,
You bet.
WT's in there with
YT,
some.
you
with
mean?
some-
he's got his own reaction.
Got a
Yeah, he does,
blizzy.
Jeez.
Got the
Gloves?
project.
All right. 5,
Whoop.
4, 3, 2, 1.
Damn.
Damn.
Did I actually time it right?
Yeah, pretty
Almost.
much.
Oh yeah. At
Where is it?
Dan's 095. Congratulations. That
Are you
looks
in
like
the chat?
Are you in the live chat?
In the live chat, I should say.
Yeah, if you're in the live chat on YouTube, let us know. But obviously we have you right there, so that's awesome. That
Yeah.
might be someone new or someone that was lurking. But I'd like to see it.
Yeah, so we'll reach out to you after the show, either shoot you a DM or figure it out, get your wallet from you, and get you a chicken as soon as we can get it from the dev team. It's fun.
Yeah, and this is the way we'll be using it in the future, and we'll be using this in the future in a more long form as well, where we'll be doing it over maybe a 24-hour or 48-hour window. So obviously, some people that are asleep right now or like listening to us in the morning when they wake up, they can go ahead and try to get in on some of these giveaways too. But we did want to, with the hype of what's coming, which is in 3 days, we have disclosed beta coming, as we all know. We just wanted to celebrate one more time with those of you that have been so loyal to be hanging around with us. We really do appreciate it.
Yeah, absolutely. Thanks. Oh, Dan's reacted, so he at least knows he won.
All right, awesome.
Congrats. So I'm gonna go back to this.
Excellent. All right, so
Yeah,
was
we got more
there?
dev blog?
There was a little more dev blog. Yeah, I was going to say
We
just
got-
a little bit more.
We got sidetracked by a race.
We did.
I'm about to get sidetracked by some caramel. I don't know.
Oh, down to 1.
Smack him.
Down to one piece.
I love this pecan bourbon.
Are you just gonna bite half of the other one and wrap the other half up for later?
Just gonna put it in my mouth open.
Hopefully they're both
Please
pecan.
stop. That is so gross.
Don't ruin it. You can't eat it with the
You
wrapper.
ruin it with the kills it.
As the chat just runs away.
Yeah.
If I'm not bothering somebody, I'm not doing my job.
In other art news, we have a new animation for you, and this week we're showing off the teleport animation. Let us know what you think. And this one's pretty cool. I see that they got the Star Trek concept going. That'll be fun.
Yeah, I like that. I wonder if they're still going to do.
But wait. Go up.
Whoop, whoop.
Yeah, this is the big news about that animation right there. Read that next paragraph.
Hang on. I'm going to have to look at this page over here because last time I looked deeper on this, there was some nuggets in there. So
Yeah, no,
see
go
what,
down.
see what layers they're hiding in their Adobe tools.
Deep.
Oh, I was looking at that too. Yeah.
There's an alternative version where the teleporter doesn't work, but some other chicken in the race gets teleported instead. Not ready to share that one yet, though.
Yeah.
Now, I have a buddy that I introduced to chickens that reached out to me through text and said, hey, do you think that this lowers the value of teleport? Because what if I teleport somebody else to the lead? And I said, well, it's probably not going to work that way. It's probably going to work the other way. Your bird's probably going to teleport the leader to the back.
Right. Kind of like
Hopefully.
how
You'd
blue
think.
egg is meant
Or
be
to
taking the
third,
leader.
more
Yeah.
to the back. Yeah.
But if you teleport someone else forward, yeah, that's going to tank the talent. So I
Yeah.
don't think that's going to be what they do.
Yeah, probably not a great idea.
Oh, that would,
Could you
I would
imagine?
throw my
But
whatever.
really, if you want, there should be 10% of the time it did that or whatever,
Yeah.
Why not?
Like your talent backfires?
Yeah. Why
Hmm.
not?
A chicken would be stapled to the bench.
Yeah, yeah, that's true.
First time they pull that nonsense.
Yeah.
Ride that pine.
I see. That's the thing. If that was made abundantly clear that it could happen, then at least you would go, okay, I can live with that. But if we're just trying to guess and it happens, then yeah, that
Yeah.
chicken's not coming off the bench for a long time.
Well, if all of them had kind of a pro and a con to them, right? All talents had a pros and cons, right?
Hey, Josh,
Right.
Can you get that tinfoil guy back up now?
No.
No.
But
Oh, look, metaverse.
Metaverse news. This is what the breeding coops would look like. So essentially, I assume in the metaverse, there will be these little guys all over the place.
that's what I was going to ask. Do you think that there's going to be like a bunch of different because we've seen different variations of a number of these art concepts, right?
Right.
Are we going to see these all throughout and just these different kind of variations, you think? Or are we going to see like, oh, we're going to select number 2. This is going to be our breeding house.
Here's my that would be cool. Or if we could build
We could build our own. That's my thought was.
Right,
Yeah, maybe that'd be cool.
You know,
Farm
that would
your
be
own.
the really cool thing,
Mhm.
especially for I don't know,
We had to farm.
maybe
what
some
if you-
things that we have in mind.
What if you had to farm your wood and you had to build your own, over
Yeah.
time?
If it
Put me-
turned into like an actual like mobile game like that, where you actually had to build your farm up over
Yeah.
time
Why not?
by being in the game every day.
Hmm.
Put me in the room where Josh and Dave are fighting over whether or not there'll be tie-dye on the Coop Collective breeding
Hey,
house.
you guys get your corner of the metaverse. I'll have my corner of the Coop metaverse.
We'll
Yeah,
build-
you'll-
We'll have our
You'll
own
know which room is
individual
Josh's room.
hangout.
I'll just design the Coop Collective bar and grill. Okay.
Yeah, that's fine.
We'll have our own little hangouts.
We'll build Josh a shed.
The jam shack.
Outhouse.
Yeah.
The outhouse.
I have a little jam shack over here. You leave me.
got-
You leave us alone.
He's got a little outhouse like he's broadcasting in right now, like a little
Yeah.
box.
I mean, the game is Ganja Farm, so I mean, you know what my character is going to be trying to do if it's in there. But yeah, so there were quite a few questions about these breeding coops essentially, and within the metaverse, you can walk into one of these, choose the chicken of our choice, and I think people have asked. I don't know if it's been clarified. I assume that is a typo. and that's what should be saying your choice. Pay the fee, get yourself a chicken, because it does say, well, that could hatch into a top racer.
So they slip it in here a little bit, but I think this is the first real confirmation of you get an egg. And we don't know what hatching will look like on that, but
True.
you
Oh,
don't.
that's a good
you
point.
don't just get
Right.
a
Is there
chick,
an incubation
Right.
period of the egg?
Do you
or can
you
I
sell-
leave it unhatched and sell a lottery ticket?
but
And sell
hold
that.
on.
Yeah.
Is that a slip, or is that a like? Is he
Or
just
is it
is he saying maybe you're gonna get it? Not.
Or is
I don't
it
know.
a nugget?
Dave, you could have used that as your favorite child question, but no. Thanks for that.
I may have only just spotted it now. But
Oh man. But that's a good one. Is that does create a whole nother section of the market that can exist for the lottery ticket. I like that, because if you have one person having to pay the breeding fee or the stud fee, and then the other one gets the egg, I like the idea that both parties could just profit off that and sell it to somebody else who wants maybe that's the thing. Maybe you don't have a bird in which someone that owns a Sarama or owns a special trait that you'd like that wants to breed with you, but you'll buy that egg because you can't otherwise get it beforehand just for the shot at it. So
hold
I
on
think
a
that has
second.
legs.
Let me get this right. So they're going to be in an incubation period. They're going to be in these breeding coops for, let's say, 48 hours. I'm just throwing out a time. During that incubation period, there's going to be an egg there. Do you think you're going to be able to sell it during that incubation period?
That's what I'd assume.
Well,
don't.
and if so, remember early on, they mentioned something about the time that the incubation period lasts, the better your chicken will be. So if you decide to sell that chicken for its hatch, is that going to lead you to not letting it incubate long enough?
What if it's up
Now,
to
did they
you
say
to
that,
hatch
or did
the
they-
egg? What if it's
Come
up
again?
to what if it's up to the user to hatch the egg? Like you decide when you want to hatch it. Like you could hatch it right away if you wanted, or you could let it chill for a while and ferment
So-
into a great bird.
I think if you're allowed to sell like unhatched eggs, then it has to be like user triggered to hatch it. Like you don't want to be on like a 48-hour clock. Like,
right?
oh,
yeah.
I got to sell this egg because.
Well, I'm thinking once you
Yeah.
sell it, then you've expired the clock in a sense, or it hasn't had its full incubation period.
Well, I mean, just think about it. Like you said that if the longer it sits, the better the outcome could be.
And I don't know if I think they said that it's something maybe they would like to see possibly happen. I don't know if it's something that they have
Now, the only thing I wanna bring-
said that they were going to happen.
I thought that they said that it was the
Heritage,
the longer you
different
breed-
heritage.
like
So
the
it's-
longer you bred, the
longer
better
the
the chickens
cooldown,
will
the better
become
the
down
chicken
the
will be.
line.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
that could be
so
it too.
you have one egg, and then your cooldown gets longer every time you have successive eggs.
that almost
the
has
more-
to reset over time, though.
The more eggs you've had, the higher the quality and the longer the cooldown
Okay,
would be.
so that's
is
what they said.
seem to be suggesting.
Yeah.
We don't know what the framework will be. Like, by the time you're having your 10th egg, we don't know if the cooldown is going to be 2 months, but your chick is going to be like A1. So that'll be a bit of the question mark. But what I like the concept of the egg and hopefully it being saleable is if you have a rare trait that is maybe 50-50 that it passes down, you can sell that egg on the assumption that it might
The
be.
lottery ticket.
But as soon as you hatch it and it didn't pass down, it's like, well, you just lost the thing that was going to make your chick appealing.
Yeah, and
Right.
I do like
From the
that
seller,
idea.
that is a good, for sure.
Yeah, just especially since there's just going to be situations like if you start thinking about the idea that those that have the rare birds and they get to choose in a lot of ways, or at least choose if they're going to accept a stud fee or accept a bid. We don't know exactly how that's going to go yet, but there's a possibility of gatekeeping birds. And if there's a newbie that really would like to take a chance, but they only have a couple Dorkings or maybe a low-end Lakenvelder, and they don't have the ability to actually breed with something special, well, you could buy the egg. And you're rolling a dice. I think that's a really cool idea to be able to add another filter where it's like, it's a gamble for starters. We do know that, but it's a gamble that I think is worth taking because,
Well,
we
it'd be
know
cheaper than the known bird, right?
Yeah,
If
'cause
it's a
if
vamp bird, it's that egg's going to be cheaper than the vamp just because obviously the seller knows and both the buyer. Yeah, I like that.
But here's the other thing. How long are these cooldowns for the chicken itself? That almost has to reset over an extended amount of time, right? Because it can't just break. I mean, you can't wait a year on a chicken.
Well, it depends. If has that chicken bred 15 birds and the cool down period they can't breed is another 6 months. Okay.
I mean
we don't know how long it's going to get.
Population, but I mean, right away you got to imagine that they're not going to just open the breeding floodgates and let us breed
and it would also
chickens.
Well, also you got to think too. Something like that would also keep X coop holder from breeding a huge percent of the birds of the market. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if one coop holder with 100 birds decided to max breed as many as they could, there has to be some type of longer cool down periods the more deeper you get into the breeding, I'd imagine. And we've kind of speculated too, I think, that some of those cool downs could be affected by the heritage, right? That could have a play in it too. So I think there's going to be a lot of different variables. But.
Yeah, and I just, if that is the case though, I would almost think there would have to be a point in time when it resets, right? Or because it can't just keep going and going and going and going.
Yeah, reset or cap. That like it never gets worse than 3 months.
Eventually, a couple years down the line, I think they're going to have to retire birds. I think eventually you retire birds and they become in the Hall of Fame or whatever.
The only problem there is that then you're retiring spicy birds, and that kind of kills
killing the supply of robusts at that point, I would think.
Yeah, you'll want a burn mechanic of some sort, but
probably not spicy.
Not to touch the spices ever. It's kind of they're the core of the game. Those 33,000.
I mean, do you keep them continuously breeding for life? Can I have a spicy bird breed 1,000 more chickens?
I mean, hopefully, if you play the game long enough, that's what we're all hoping by buying them up, right?
Yeah, but I also think there should be a reasonable cap, though, too.
And there might be a supply issue, but that comes down to then your fault in a lot of ways. Where if you went and overdid your if you overdid the amount that you bred a bird that wasn't really bringing out great results, those aren't really going to sell. And that's just the market being being the market and doing its thing. The birds that have a little bit more of a edge will start breeding and will start selling. And who knows? That's the thing. Who knows how quickly we're going to start seeing some just bad birds pop out because of clumsy, ham-fisted people that decided they were just going to breed, and then they eat it. So maybe the bird becomes, and maybe there's a rest period where it's like, all right, if you don't breed this bird for a while, maybe it can find its way back to actually giving you a good return, a good yield. So I think, but in the end, we own these. I saw Fledge say it in the chat, we own these birds, and I think we should have every right to breed them whenever it is something pops up. So
for sure.
Yeah, but they're going to have to do something there to make think that,
Here's the thing to think of. What if I'd hate this, if you were to breed the possible outcome, what do you think the worst chicken would be thinking, perfection wise, if you were to breed a 90 and a 90 together? Obviously would come out a robust, but what perfection range do you think?
What's the worst it could be?
Just what's the range of outcome you think that bird perfection wise would come out?
I'm gonna say 70 to 89.
Right away in the robust, out of the spicy gate, as far as the bread.
Yeah, I think if you breed 290 Dorkings together, for instance, I think that they're gonna fall into a robust 70 to 89 range.
Possible.
Yeah,
I just feel
it's
like
some-
there's
yeah.
got to be some kind of, right. Obviously, like right when breeding opens up, which according to the roadmap should be around April 22. I can't imagine it being just a free for all right away. With it depends on what the demand is of the game. I mean, you'd almost have to think that there
Well,
would be
that's
some
where they
kind
set
of
these
like,
cooldowns. These cooldowns are gonna be able to keep the balance, right? The supply in check, but at also the same time, a lot of us have a lot of birds. So if I have one bird on a 2-month cooldown, I've still got plenty of other birds to breed. And just because it's
Oh,
on a
yeah.
cooldown doesn't mean you can't race it, right? There's other
Yeah, and
things
that
that
also
we're gonna
kind of helps create a bit of a healthy functioning market where people keep growing their coops. I saw Sarah Greenwood say, and we brought this up a couple of times too in the past. I think it makes sense. She said, I think the time a chicken can breed will increase with every time it breeds. And when that happens, you might start thinking to yourself, okay, I might need to buy a new bird now because I'm no longer getting those monthly yields that I was getting before. And now I need to buy something else. And that kind of keeps the market fresh. And it keeps you from just sitting and resting on the birds you bought before and thinking you can just sit on these ones and never really add to the marketplace again by being an active purchaser. So
one thing I just thought of that they may be able to do is we've mentioned these kind of end games in the metaverse. Maybe you could, if you have a bird that's overbred, maybe you could take him into some kind of end game in the metaverse and get some of that breeding time shortened down.
Or use tokens, however you're winning those tokens. Economics,
or if it's part of like the tiered accomplishments that they've already detailed out. Maybe there will be breeding accomplishments down the road where your cooldown gets lowered or something like that. Listen, we're just speculating. We don't know.
We don't have a clue.
Excuse me. Breeding could be a crazy outcome. I agree, Fledge. I imagine it would be something like a monthly breeding cycle. Yeah, that's my envisionment. I can't imagine it being like a 24-hour or 72-hour cooldown because if that happens, we're gonna have 100,000 chickens before June.
Well, I think you may see a 5 to 7 day incubation period, or something like that. That in itself is gonna cool birds down from being bred.
So here's the thing. What do you think? Do you think you walk into the coop, you pay your fee, you walk out with the egg, and your bird's just good to go? Or do you think there's a time where it's both chickens are down?
I think
can they be raced in that time?
No, I think they're going to be in the breeding coop, and when you go to like we saw that screen, we've seen it before. It says where they're at, and I think it's going to say breeding or in the breeding barn or whatever, right? And you're not going to be able to select that bird for a race. I think it's going to be in an incubation period for X amount of days, depending on the algorithm. I think it may change.
So let me go in a slightly different direction than Blake. What I think that situation. So if I put my bird into the stud, I won't be able to race it. They'll be tied, like they're tied up in the stud barn. But if I go in, chicken sex doesn't take long. You get your egg, you get out, you're back on your way. But I think if you've committed your bird to being in stud, then they're in for whatever the window that you signed up for is, and they're unavailable for you to do other things with.
Who's going to sit on the egg? If one bird's in stud, I imagine the other paying bird is the one that's going to sit on the egg. So now they're both stuck in the
little incubator.
Yeah,
they got high-tech incubators in the metaverse.
Yeah,
these chickens are drinking energy drinks. You don't think they got a microwave they can nuke that egg in?
If they're going to freeze one bird, don't you think that they're going to freeze both birds?
What I really want to know is how much more Dave knows about chicken sex.
That's it. I'm pretty much out.
I guess it's quick, apparently.
But that'll be something to see. Just exactly.
I think Dave is getting scrambled eggs. He's not getting a bird. He's getting. He's getting he wants to crack them open in the frying pan.
A genetic experiment.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, I think this is all fun conversation, and I enjoy having it. But I mean,
it's necessary conversation just to poke out all the theories and just hearing it out loud and saying it, and then hearing someone say, "No, well, what if you think about it like this?" Oh yeah,
Yeah,
I mean,
We're-
we aren't going to be right on, I'd say, half of this stuff. I mean,
that's generous.
we're just
Yeah. 2%. Give
we're just
myself
out here
2%.
spitting those tinfoil theories, and hopefully we'll figure them out someday. But yeah, that was our tinfoil segment on the dev blog. Right. So if you if you guys jumped into the Coop Collective chat for the first time, you'll notice we got some things going on in there.
Somebody say
hopefully-
roadmap?
Oh, roadmap?
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 Are we doing things?
Real bullish on the
we got-
roadmap.
We got stuff for you. We got
Everybody
things-
needs a roll map.
It's like, oh, roadmap. Jeez.
Yeah. But
These
yeah,
guys
if
too.
You got a white paper?
But
What?
we got big things coming.
We do got big things coming, and
Regardless of
not
what
only
kind of
just the
map it's on.
giveaways. Speaking of giveaways, since we gave away a chicken tonight and everybody couldn't really get there, should we give away something else? Should we throw another one on there for a couple days or something? A little merch,
We got things to give away?
little merch giveaway.
We'll throw in something for the Aussies.
Yeah, for everybody around the world. Still blows me away that y'all tune in.
Turn in.
Turn up.
Yeah. Stop going to bed, people.
It's time for Josh to turn in. Let's go. Maybe I'll take over and be the producer of the show. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
No, don't.
But
listen
no,
to that.
we've just dropped our own announcements in our Discord, and yeah, we got some big things coming. As early as Q1 2022, maybe.
Oh yeah. Yeah, we got
stay tuned for all that and check that.
If you pop in
stuff
there,
out.
you'll be able to take a look and get to a little bit of details about some of the things that we want to start pushing out there, including a bit of an official membership into the Coop Collective and
Yeah.
some perks and some utility and some things that are coming from that. We're excited to be collaborating with people within the space that we've met even beyond just the four of us. I think that's what's been such a cool part of this is that when we, as soon as we start saying, hey, yeah, we're interested in throwing some things out here, people just go, yeah, I can help. Let's do this. Let's collaborate. Let's make this work. You know, we got Sambo coming on next week with the little project he's going to be launching out too. We're
we
talking
got
about
Sambo coming on.
No, well, not coming on. Well, maybe we'll try to drag him on and see if we can get him on. But
He's in the
you know,
chat now. Shit.
yeah,
why not?
but I know we got a little something that we're going to be debuting for him too. So yeah, it's a cool thing to see all of us, you know, all of our creative heads start banging together, and yeah, we are excited to share with you a little bit of a roadmap we have in there.
Yeah, this is like, you know, just the beginning. And, you know, when the devs came out and said in last week's, was it last week's or the week before about, you know, cruise and the metaverse and all that stuff, you know, we've been kind of brainstorming a lot of things for a while now. And, you know, this isn't, you know, like you can't, if you don't have this, you can't be in the Discord channel or anything like that. Just, you know, just read through it. And, there's just some things in there that we think that, could really be beneficial to a lot of people, you know.
Yeah.
500 to be exact.
And like Dave worded it when we were all talking about this together, it's like a bit of a Patreon. It's a bit of you supporting us and liking what we're doing here and collaborating together. And there'll be some big time incentives for you guys that want to be a part of it. And obviously, the more details that we have, they'll be coming out. And we are shooting for Q1, hopefully early on in the year in 2022. Hopefully, we'll be able to get something out that's right when things are really picking up in beta, and you know, maybe even open beta on the quick
Some
horizon.
talents.
Yeah, some talents, some tournaments, some different things in there. A breeding barn. We'll
Breeding
see.
barn, stud
Breeding barn?
ranch out there.
Stud ranch. Yeah.
We don't want to go
Yeah.
into too many details, but we'll be dropping some more additions to not so much the roadmap, but just kind of breaking down some of those sections of the roadmap a little more clear. And yeah, we'll be looking for some feedback on that eventually. But that's all right around the corner. Go ahead.
Yeah, feedback. We really are big on that. Read it, let us know. Like, this is a collective. It's the four of us are the founders. That's how we are labeled as our role in the Discord. But we really do want this thing to feel like a place everyone can come and say, hey, I got an idea, let's talk. And it's like, yep, let's talk. Absolutely. Because again, we are three idiots and Dave. And the three idiots are getting a little bit smarter by the day, but we're only going to get
learning.
Dave is slowly leaning into the degenerate dark side. I will get him there eventually.
We might
meet
in the middle.
We might meet in the middle.
We will unite and combine as four idiots someday.
I'll be an idiot on Wednesdays. That's all you're getting from me. So
we just got some cool stuff on there that we're excited about, and it's just kind of a way that you'll be able to support us a little bit, and we'll be able to do a lot of fun things for the community as well as you guys, the ones that support us. I mean, it'll be fun. Trust me.
And some of the things we have planned in there, we really feel like the longer this thing goes on, the even more advantageous they'll be for you, especially as spicy birds become a little bit less frequent and easy to find. And it's and of course it'll be transferable and the whole bit, so it'll be an asset for you to own as well. So take a look at it.
Think of it like the early adopters membership of what we're trying to do here and accomplish. I mean, this is episode 19 of Cock Talk, and we could not be here without you guys supporting us. And for real, this is kind of a way that we just got some great ideas that we want.
And Dave,
back.
we wouldn't be here without Dave. He keeps us from just tipping this ship over on a regular basis.
Yeah. So check that stuff out, and this show is going a little long, eh? Did you get that giveaway going?
Oh, it's up and running for 2 days.
Oh,
2 days. You got 2 days to get yourself a Coop Collective hat, possibly. Yeah.
And they are coming.
I did give in and wear the hat.
Finally. One of us. One. Okay, I'm not gonna do that.
It stands out too because the rest of them just blends in.
I gave in on I gave in on the caramel. I gave in. I still will not allow Tyler to eat on the show, though. Not like you did earlier. Nope, I'm going to end it now. So you can find us in our Discord server. You can find us, for the most part, in the Chicken Derby Chicken Coop Discord server. I am at Grateful Coops. Oh, yeah, solicit, like, and subscribe the show. Check out the coopcollective.io webpage. We don't show that enough. We created a Twitch channel, Coop Collective Racing. Go make sure you subscribe to that, because we'll be racing. We'll probably do a Cock Talk show on Wednesday for early beta videos right away live. But once we are rolling, you can find all the race videos you like there once we get them going.
Thanks for coming out, guys. Appreciate it.
Dick.
We'll see you next time.
I am at Grateful Coops. I have at Pecking Order Racing above me, and Wada Racing Coop on the left, and the one eating caramel up top. Yeah, you know him. He's at MBF Express. Wish him happy birthday any chance you get. We will see you guys on Wednesday.
See ya.
I'm such an idiot.